Zata, a creature of ethereal beauty and immense power, existed outside the realm of human perception. She was beautifully built by Allah. You could not hide her curves. Skin the color of a dark blue, a Jinni, bound to serve humanity, she had been assigned to a mortal named Javier. At first, she saw him as merely another task, a fleeting encounter. But as she began to spend more time with him, a strange sensation stirred within her, a feeling she had never experienced before. She was inspired and attracted to this man's determination and ethics. This was a man who had fear of Allah. Javier was a successful businessman, a man of ambition and drive. Unbeknownst to him, Zata's subtle influence had played a significant role in his rise to prominence. She had subtly manipulated events, guided his decisions and ensured his success. Yet, as she grew closer to him, she realized that her feelings for him were far more profound than mere servitude. Their encounters were clandestine, stolen moments in the twilight hours. Zata would appear before him, a shimmering apparition, her eyes holding a universe of secrets. Javier, initially startled, soon found himself drawn to her, captivated by her otherworldly beauty and enigmatic nature. Their love was a forbidden fruit, a dangerous liaison between two worlds. Zata knew that their relationship was a violation of the ancient laws of her kind. The Jinn Council, a powerful governing body, would not tolerate such a transgression. Yet she couldn't deny the intense feelings that consumed her. As their love deepened, so did the danger. The human world, with its greed, prejudice, and relentless pursuit of power, posed a constant threat to Zata's existence. She had to protect Javier from the forces that sought to harm him, while also shielding herself from the wrath of the Jinn Council. As their bond deepened, Zata and Javier's secret meetings became more frequent. They would steal moments of intimacy, their passion burning bright against the backdrop of the mundane human world. Yet, with each stolen kiss, each whispered confession, the risk grew. The Jinn Council, guardians of the spiritual realm, had sensed the disturbance in the balance. They knew of Zata's forbidden love and were growing increasingly impatient. A delegation was sent to Earth, tasked with bringing Zata back to the spiritual realm, no matter the cost. Meanwhile, Javier, oblivious to the impending danger, was becoming more and more entangled in Zata's world. He was drawn to her power, her beauty, and the unique connection they shared. He yearned for more, for a love that transcended the boundaries of time and space. As the Jinn Council's emissaries closed in, Zata and Javier were forced to make a difficult choice. Would they defy the laws of their respective worlds and embrace their love, or would they sacrifice their happiness for the greater good? As their secret love deepened, Zata and Javier became increasingly reckless. They pushed the boundaries of what was permissible, oblivious to the growing danger. Zata, torn between her love for Javier and her duty to her kind, found herself in a perilous position. The Jinn Council, growing impatient, dispatched a powerful emissary to retrieve Zata. This emissary, a stern and unforgiving figure, was determined to enforce the laws of the spirit world. Meanwhile, Javier, consumed by his desire for Zata, began to neglect his human responsibilities. His business suffered, his relationships strained. He was willing to risk everything, even his own life, to be with her. As the net tightened around them, Zata and Javier were forced to make a difficult choice. Would they surrender to fate or fight for their love, no matter the cost? As days turned into weeks, Javier's obsession with Zata grew stronger. He neglected his business, his friends, and his family, all for the sake of his forbidden love. He craved her touch, her voice, her presence. Zata, too, was consumed by their passionate affair. She knew the risks, the dangers, but she couldn't resist the allure of human love. The line between the spiritual and the mortal world blurred, and she found herself increasingly drawn to the human experience. However, as their love deepened, so did the threat from the Jinn Council. The emissary, relentless in his pursuit, was closing in. Zata and Javier knew that they had to make a choice, to surrender to their fate or to fight for their love no matter the cost. Javier spent all night pleasing himself with the Jinni. Every curve he discovered over and over again. As Javier's business ventures expanded, he found himself traveling to exotic locations, always accompanied by Zata. She would guide him, ensuring his success, while also protecting him from harm. On one such trip to a remote island, Javier was lured into a trap. A group of unscrupulous businessmen, sensing his vulnerability, had orchestrated a plan to exploit his wealth and power. Isolated and outnumbered, Javier faced a perilous situation. He knew that he couldn't rely on human help. He needed Zata's intervention. With a desperate plea, he called out to her. Zata, feeling his distress, appeared before him, her eyes filled with concern. She knew that this was a test of their love and a challenge to her power. With a swift and decisive move, she neutralized the threat, ensuring Javier's safety. As they escaped the island, Zata and Javier realized that their love was not just a personal affair. It was a force that could shape the destiny of both the human and spirit worlds. Javier's addiction to Zata's love had grown to an all-consuming obsession. Every night he yearned for her touch, her ethereal beauty, and the intoxicating power she wielded. Yet, he knew that their clandestine relationship was a dangerous game, a game that could have dire consequences. To appease the Jinn Council and seek their blessing for his union with Zata, Javier embarked on a perilous quest. He had to gather rare and powerful artifacts, each one a symbol of his devotion and sincerity. The journey was arduous, filled with trials and tribulations. He traversed treacherous terrains, faced mythical creatures, and solved ancient riddles. Finally, armed with the sacred artifacts, Javier stood before the Jinn Council. The elders, stern and unforgiving, scrutinized him, assessing his worthiness. They demanded proof of his love for Zata, a love that could withstand the test of time and eternity. Javier, with a trembling voice, spoke of his deep affection for Zata. He described her beauty, her intelligence, and her unwavering loyalty. He pleaded with the council to grant him permission to be with her, promising to cherish and protect her forever. The council, impressed by his courage and sincerity, considered his plea. They debated the implications of such a union, the potential consequences for both the human and spirit worlds. In the end, they agreed to grant Javier and Zata their blessing, but only under strict conditions. They were to live a discreet life, avoiding public displays of affection. They were to use their powers for good, and they were to protect the delicate balance between the two worlds. The Jinn Council, surprised by Javier's courage and sincerity, was moved. They had witnessed the depth of his love for Zata, and the lengths he had gone to prove his devotion. They recognized the purity of their love, a rare and beautiful thing, even among the immortal beings. The council granted their blessing, a decision that surprised even themselves. They saw in Javier a potential bridge between the human and spirit worlds, a chance for understanding and cooperation. With their approval, Zata and Javier were free to love openly, though they were warned to use their powers wisely and responsibly. Javier's life took an unexpected turn. His business flourished, his ventures becoming more successful than ever before. With Zata's guidance, he made shrewd investments and innovative decisions. He became a symbol of prosperity and success, a testament to the power of love and the blessings of the spiritual realm. However, their newfound happiness was not without its challenges. As their fame grew, so did the number of those who sought to exploit their power. A group of unscrupulous businessmen, jealous of Javier's success, plotted to sabotage his operations. They sent their agents to various cities, sowing discord and spreading misinformation. Javier and Zata, ever vigilant, countered these attacks with cunning and intelligence. They traveled the world, resolving conflicts, righting wrongs, and protecting the innocent. Their adventures took them to distant lands, where they encountered strange cultures, faced perilous challenges, and forged unlikely alliances. Through it all, their love remained steadfast, a beacon of hope in a world often shrouded in darkness. Javier continued to isolate himself with Zata, exhausting all of his passion into her. Night after night, Javier just could not get enough of Zata. A mysterious artifact, rumored to possess immense power, had been discovered deep within an ancient cave system. The Jinn Council believed that this artifact could disrupt the delicate balance between the human and spirit worlds. Tasked with recovering the artifact, Zata and Javier embarked on a perilous journey into the heart of darkness. The cave was a labyrinth of twisting tunnels and subterranean rivers. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and strange, otherworldly sounds echoed through the darkness. As they ventured deeper into the cave, they encountered bizarre creatures and deadly traps. Zata, with her supernatural abilities, guided Javier through the treacherous terrain, protecting him from harm. As they approached the heart of the cave, they discovered a hidden chamber where the artifact was guarded by a monstrous creature. The creature, a guardian of the underworld, attacked them with ferocious intensity. Zata, using her powers, fought the creature, while Javier, armed with a relic weapon, provided support. The battle was fierce, and both Zata and Javier were pushed to their limits. The creature's attacks were relentless, and they were forced to retreat. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Zata unleashed a powerful spell, weakening the creature and allowing Javier to strike the final blow. With the creature defeated, they claimed the artifact. It was a beautiful, crystalline object, pulsing with energy. As they touched it, they felt a surge of power, a connection to the ancient forces that had created it. But their victory was short-lived. The cave began to rumble, and the walls started to close in. They had to escape quickly, or they would be trapped forever. With a desperate effort, they raced through the tunnels, the creature's roar echoing behind them. Finally, they emerged from the cave, exhausted but triumphant. They had faced danger, overcome adversity, and emerged stronger. As they looked at each other, they knew that their love would endure, no matter the challenges they faced. The news of Javier's newfound wealth and influence spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of the powerful sultan. Intrigued by the sudden rise of this once ordinary merchant, the sultan summoned Javier to his palace. Upon arriving, Javier was greeted with a mix of admiration and suspicion. The sultan, a cunning and ruthless ruler, was particularly interested in the source of Javier's wealth and power. He suspected that there was something more to the story, something supernatural. As the sultan probed deeper, Javier remained calm and collected. He skillfully deflected the sultan's questions, attributing his success to hard work, intelligence, and a bit of luck. However, the sultan was not convinced. He sensed a hidden truth, a secret that Javier was desperately trying to conceal. Rumors began to circulate about Javier's connection to the supernatural. Some whispered that he was a sorcerer, others claimed he was a demon. The sultan, eager to uncover the truth, dispatched his guards to investigate Javier's castle. When the guards arrived, they found the castle eerily quiet. There was no sign of Javier or his servants. The only clue was a faint magical aura that lingered in the air. As they searched the castle, they discovered a secret passage leading to a hidden chamber. Inside, they found a strange symbol, a mark of the Jinn. Meanwhile, Javier and Zata had escaped the sultan's wrath. Using her magical powers, Zata conjured two magnificent horses, their coats shimmering in the moonlight. They mounted the horses and rode through the night, disappearing into the vast expanse of the desert. The sultan's guards, baffled by the sudden disappearance of Javier and Zata, returned to the palace empty-handed. The sultan, furious and frustrated, was forced to admit defeat. He could not comprehend the power that had protected Javier and his mysterious companion. As Javier and Zata journeyed through the desert, they knew that their troubles were far from over. The Jinn Council had warned them about the dangers of the human world, and they were about to experience the full force of human greed and cruelty. The vast expanse of the desert gave way to the bustling metropolis of London. Javier and Zata, disguised as ordinary travelers, arrived in the heart of the city. With their combined intelligence, wealth, and supernatural abilities, they quickly established a thriving business empire. Javier, with his sharp business acumen, and Zata, with her mystical insights, formed a formidable partnership. They invested in innovative ventures, from cutting-edge technology to sustainable energy. Their empire grew rapidly, earning them immense wealth and influence. To protect Zata's identity and ensure their continued happiness, Javier built a secluded mansion in the outskirts of London. It was a place where they could retreat from the prying eyes of the world and indulge in their forbidden love. At night, the mansion would transform into a realm of enchantment. Zata, shedding her human disguise, would reveal her true form, a breathtaking vision of ethereal beauty. Javier, captivated by her allure, would spend countless hours exploring her magical world. Night after night, tasting Zata's curves. Their love, a secret shared between two worlds, blossomed. They found solace in each other's company, their bond growing stronger with each passing day. As they navigated the complexities of the human world, they always found their way back to their secret haven, a place where time stood still and love reigned supreme. Little did the world know that behind the facade of a successful businessman, there lay a hidden truth, a love story that defied the boundaries of reality.